and welcome to another episode of Unplug, brought to you by every NG. This is where we give you all the updates on everything entertainment. I'll give you the gist of movies, music, sports, our favorite celebs. So yes, I need you to sit tight because this is going to be a wonderful ride, right? Today is Monday. I hope you're having a wonderful week because I am. I'm already having a wonderful week, and I hope you are having a wonderful week as well. So as usual, I have a story of the day, a big story to make your day, or not, depending on how it comes. But this time around, have you ever heard this term, forward ever, backward never? I know we say it all the time. I mean, when we were in primary school, our teachers were always saying it. Well, the Nigerian youth have shown us the true meaning of forward ever, backward never, and that's going to be our big story of the day. But before that, let's jump into the others. Now, first things first, Laycon has gotten a very big warning from a fan. See, I was even shocked when I saw it. I'm like, wow, the effrontery. But anyway, this person seemed really concerned about his music career. The person was like, Laycon, if you know what is good for you, if you want to blow in this industry, stop featuring up and coming artists. And I'm just like, I mean, before the BBNaija house, wasn't Laycon like an up and coming artist? So was he supposed to come out of the house and just disregard everybody that has been hustling with him, his fellow label mates and stuff like that? I mean, I was a bit confused, but this person seemed really serious. Like, if you want to blow, stop featuring. I hope that this your new album coming up doesn't have the whole of Fierce Nation's up and coming artists in it, because you need big names to blow. So is this person talking like sense, or you think this is just trash? I mean, why would you say something like that? Let me know what you think, because I like to discuss and have fun with you on this platform. So please let me know what you think, right? Moving on from that, Watoni went home and the Kenyans gave her a heartwarming welcome. I couldn't even believe it. Like, it's been months since the BBNaija show ended, and I was expecting that all the fizzle and diesel around the housemates would just die down a bit. But no, they actually performed like cultural dance. They got dancers to come to the airport. It was beautiful. They gave her a bouquet. I thought we were just smiling from ear to ear. I was smiling as I was watching it, because I'm like, oh wow, this is really, really nice. All right, moving on from that, we have something on Nengi. Nengi has become a snub, but this time she's not snubbing like any of her friends or any of her fans or anything. She was asked why she didn't join the BBNaija lockdown group chat, and she gave her reasons. According to Nengi, she was like, I don't have time for fake energy and I don't like wahala. So anyway, I see wahala, I just do what? U-turn. So she was saying that joining the group chat wasn't a big deal, or not joining the group chat wasn't a big deal, because a couple of people there are not her friends. So if she wants to reach out to the people who are actually her friends, she knows how to go about it. She didn't need the group chat, and she was just already seeing that this thing has the potential to cause a lot of trouble. So Nengi just said, stop me to bring wahala to my house, let me just pack my load and leave. So yes, that's the reason why she's not joining the official BBNaija lockdown group chat with her other colleagues. All right, moving on from that, we have something on Duncan Mighty. Now, let me balance for this one, because this Gbazgbos came and I wasn't expecting it. Let me balance, right? Okay, yes, I'm balanced now. So recall that, last week, Duncan Mighty was saying a lot. He was talking about his wife, his family, DNA test. There was just a whole lot going on with Duncan Mighty, right? And after he revealed all he had to say, Daddy Freeze came. As usual, when there's controversy, just look around, just put your glasses on and look around. Daddy Freeze is somewhere in the corner. Yeah, so he came and asked Duncan Mighty for an interview, 10-15 minutes, nothing serious, because according to Freeze, people have been asking him to get Duncan Mighty's side of the story, to get him to come on Daddy Freeze's show and just explain everything that has been happening. We all thought that this is going to be the usual, okay, I need an interview and you accept, as people have been accepting. But Duncan Mighty just gave Daddy Freeze what? Gbazgbos. Yes, he told Daddy Freeze that he wouldn't be coming on the show because, he cited an example of something that happened years ago where Daddy Freeze blasted him, called him a fake artist, just called him names. And he's like, oh, so after saying all these things about me years ago, you want me to come on your platform and talk about my story? I've said all I need to say. God will fight the rest of my battle. I'm like, wow. Daddy Freeze was not expecting this one at all. All right, still on music, we're talking about Duncan Mighty. Let's move on to Temi Oasa, also known as YBNL Princess. Now, if you've been following us on every, we've been giving updates on what has been happening between, YBNL Princess and Olamide. The girl has said she's no longer part of the label. She has refused to give up the name though, but there's just been a lot of back and forth going on with them. And this morning, she just dropped extra bombs for us on the TL. She said that Olamide did not allow, Olamide is a fake person. He's not as nice as people think he is. He has a habit of, dangling hope in front of artists and then snatching it. There was just a lot. I mean, I was trying to wrap my head around it because I'm like, Olamide that we know and the Olamide you're talking about, there's no correlation. And people actually came for her like, okay, what are you saying? She's like, Olamide took her out of Ilorin 5 years ago, just dropped her there. He wasn't helping her career grow in any way. He was just not helping any of the up-and-coming artists that he signed to his label. Like, they were just sitting down there doing nothing. And according to Temi, she said that she has 3 albums in the archives. She has like singles that she has recorded, but for some reason Olamide has refused to let her release any of them. He has cancelled her shows, and for that she's no longer going to be a part of YBNL. Like, she has cut off ties with YBNL totally, well, apart from the name, because it's still a part of her name. So I don't know what's going on, because Olamide isn't saying much, but the girl is just dropping. Today she's dropping, tomorrow she's dropping. What do you think about this whole exchange between the both of them? This is not the first time we're having like an artist and record label issue. It's just quite the norm in Nigeria. So what do you think of this? Just let me know, right? All right, moving on from that. Hey, there is news on domestic abuse, and this one is really controversial because it's the person who was accused is a news reporter, right? So his wife came out. She's a medical doctor. She made a video, showed her face. I was looking at this and I'm like, what? Battered everywhere, like there were red marks on her face, and she claimed that this man tried to strangle her. And it was just a whole lot going on because she was making this report and she was making this recording. Her children were there. She was crying because you would see her in the video, clearing her tears and stuff. And she said she has been in this marriage for 6 years. And this news reporter who works with a popular Nigerian TV station has been beating her. She just had a child like 4 weeks ago, and he sat on her incision. That was it for me. I was just like, if these allegations are true, then we need to do a lot. Anyway, this man that we're talking about works with Channels Television, and the TV station came out to say, we do not tolerate any form of violence and we will look into this matter. For this woman to come out and call his name, his station, everything, it's an indication that she has had it up to here with the abuse. So I don't know, we're going to follow up on this story, but this is really something we'd look out for, right? All right, still on marriages, we have some good news. So recall that we had like a very big wedding in Abuja this weekend, and it was My Livelihood, who is Tonto Dike's ex. He got married to his girlfriend Diola Smart, and their wedding was beautiful. It was well attended. We had celebrities from all around Nigeria, even outside the country, coming in for the wedding. But that's not the highlight of that wedding, though. That is not the highlight of the wedding. The highlight of the wedding is a cab driver who just crashed the wedding. Like, he wasn't invited. He dropped a guest and decided, why not? Let me just enjoy some wedding jollof. Ended up leaving that wedding with a Lexus car and millions of naira to his name. Now, this driver is a fresh graduate from the University of Abuja. He studied accounting, and he was just there, and they said, okay, if you want to win this car, he came out. I was watching the video, and the guy just came out, answered a couple questions, and next thing we know, he's winning like a Lexus car. Someone who came from driving a cab is now like a car owner, and then he was also giving the sum of 1 million naira as capital for whatever business he wants to start. That's from the couple, and a couple other people just dropped money here and there. So he ended up walking up home with like millions. I'm just like, so what was I doing my Saturday? I was sitting down here, wedding, I no crash, car, I no win. But congratulations to him though, because this was an unexpected blessing. All right, let's move on to our story of the day. Now, remember I said something about moving forward and not going back. If you think that the NSAS protests are over, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but nope. Today, protests have begun in several states. I mean, Lagos, Abuja, and although the security personnel were deployed to different states to make sure that peace was like the whole state was in order, people still persisted. Nigerian youth, I give you people hand for this one, because the relentlessness is just amazing. So Nigerian youth have gone out in numbers to continue with the NSAS protests. They're still saying no to bad governance, the senseless killings, everything. We want an end to it. So yes, that's it on the NSAS protests that have continued today. Now let's move on to more national stories. PDP reps are pushing for the National Assembly or the Senate to start impeachment process on President Muhammadu Buhari. This is not the first time we've heard this. We've heard this time and time again. Is this going to work? Are they going to pull through with this plan? I don't know. Because remember that the opposition party, that's PDP, it kind of feels like they have a motive behind this, while the ruling party, which is APC, would not agree to this. you know how this works. So while the PDP, they are pushing for the impeachment, there are people who are going to say nope, we don't want this to happen, we are going to have President Buhari complete his second term. But do you think this plan is going to work, like pushing for impeachment? Because I mean, we saw what the Americans did, trying to push for impeachment with Trump. Although that didn't work, it was a process that people followed, and it was kind of transparent to the best of our knowledge. Do you think that kind of situation is going to replicate itself in Nigeria, and will it work? I want to know what you think on that. Anyway, so a chief of staff in Abia State has been suspended, and this is what he did. He was caught in a video. I wouldn't say caught, because let me not use the word caught, but he was captured in a video spraying money on Odumeje. I'm sure we all know Odumeje, in the Boski, the liquid metal, the lion. Yes, this chief of staff was seen in a video spraying money on Odumeje, and the Abia State governor has suspended him for that act. So yes, this man is on suspension now for just spraying money. Better be careful where you spray your money. Be careful on whom you spray your money. All right, let's move on from that to some international news. Ghanaians are currently holding their presidential elections, and who is going to win, we don't know, but we're looking out for that. They have two major parties who are running, two major candidates who are the favorites of the people. I mean, there are a couple other candidates, but you know how these things work. So they have two major candidates, and Ghanaians are really waiting for the announcement. Who is going to win? Who is going to be the next president of Ghana? So yes, everybody's looking out for that, including us, their neighbors. We are looking out for that as well. Now let's move on to some sports news. While I'm smiling to give this delivery, while I'm smiling for this, Arsenal fans are not smiling at all. I don't know what's going on with us now. Please, if you know what's going on with us now, explain to me, because little by little they are inching towards a relegation. I don't know how this is going to work, but they lost 2-0 to Tottenham over the weekend, and I'm like, is there Arsenal, are people allergic to winning? What's going on? If you're an Arsenal fan, drop your comment. Let me know what you think. Is there a problem in your club? What's the issue? Let me know, okay? So yes, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Unplug. It was so much fun talking to you as usual, and don't forget to make it a date with us tomorrow as well. My name is Judith, and this is brought to you by Every NG. Bye.